Healthy and Unhealthy Ways of Coping with Stress by Jacob Diaz. Introduction. Stress is an inevitable aspect of human experience, arising from various sources such as work, relationships, finance, and societal pressures. How individuals cope with stress significantly impacts their mental, emotional, and physical well being. Coping mechanism can be and broadly categorized into health strategies, which promote resilience in long term and well being, and unhealthy strategies, which provide temporary relief but often exacerbate stress in the long run. While social psychological research has extensively explored these coping mechanisms, their sociological implications still remain underexplored. Research question: how do sociological factors, including cultural norms, social structures, and interpersonal relationships, shape the adoption of healthy and unhealthy coping mechanisms in response to stress? Chosen sociological theories. Functionalism views society as a complex system whose whose parts work together to maintain stability. From this perspective, coping mechanisms can be analyzed in the terms of their contribution to social order and individual well-being. Conflict theory emphasizes power, inequalities, and the role of social structures in shaping individual experiences. Imposes that coping mechanisms influenced by the access of resources and systematic barriers. Symbolic interactionism focuses on individuals' intemperate and response in their social world through symbols, language, and interactions. Coping mechanisms are understood as socially constructed behaviors shaped by the personal and cultural meanings. Functionalism, healthy coping mechanisms. From functionalist perspective, healthy coping strategies are seen as adaptive behaviors that restore individual equilibrium and enable people to fulfill their social roles effectively. For example, exercise not only reduces stress but also improves physical health, enhancing productivity in work and family roles. Unhealthy coping mechanisms. Unhealthy, unho- un, unho- unhealthy coping mechanisms, unhealthy strategies view as dysfunctional because they impair individuals' ability to perform their social role and may lead to a broader societal issue which increases healthcare costs, crime, and social breakdown. For instance, substance abuse can lead to job loss, straining social welfare systems, avoidance and behavior may disrupt relationships and reduce social cohesion. Conflict theory. Healthy coping mechanisms. Access to healthy coping strategies is often unequal, favoring those who are greater socially, economic, racial, or gender privileged. For example, wealthier individuals can afford therapy, gym membership, and wellness retreats, while marginalized groups may lack the access to these resources. Unhealthy coping mechanism. Unhealthy, unhealth, Unhealthy coping strategies are more prevalent among disadvantaged groups as are as a response to systematic stressors. For instance, substance abuse may be a coping mechanism for individuals facing chronic poverty, unemployment, or racial oppression. Emotional eating or avoidance may stem from the limited access to healthier alternatives. Symbolic interactionism, healthier, healthy coping mechanisms. Symbolic interactionism explores how healthy coping strategies and are learned and adopted through socialization process. May be embraced in cultures that value spiritual practices. Exercises may be in societies that prioritize physical fitness and appearance. Unhealthy coping mechanism. Unhealthy coping strategies are often normalized through culture and social influences. Drinking alcohol to cope with stress may be a social acceptance in certain workplaces or communities. Emotional eating may be linked to cultural associations between food and comfort or celebration. Key findings from sociological studies: stress is socially patterned. Research shows that stress levels vary from social class, race, gender, and other demographic factors, which marginalize groups experiencing higher stress due to systematic inequalities. Cultural norms influencing coping. Studies demonstrate that cultural values shape how individuals cope with stress, such as emphasizing collectivism in some societies, fostering social support as a coping mechanism. Social support reduces stress. Sociological research consistently finds that strong social networks act as a buffer against stress, though access to such support is unequal. Critical analysis of research. Critical reflection. While sociological research on stress has made significant strides in linking individual experiences to broader social structures, it must be addressed its limitations and remain relevant and impactful. The field needs to move beyond Western centric perspectives and prioritize the voices of marginalized groups and engage in emerging global stressors. Additionally, there is a need for more interdisciplinary collaboration, integrating insightful from psychology, public health, and anthropology to develop holistic solutions. By addressing these gaps, sociologically, so, sociologically can play a transformative role in reducing stress disparities and fostering more equitable, resistant societies. This requires not only rigorous empirical research, but also equipment with advocating systematic change that addresses the root cause of stress. Conclusion and implications. Implications of theories. Functionalism highlights the role of social institutions in promoting or undermining coping mechanisms. Conflict theory exposes how systematic inequalities limit access to health coping sources, particularly in marginalized groups. Symbolic interactionism explains how cultural norms and social interactions shape the adoption of and normalization of coping behaviors. Together, these theories provide a comprehensive framework of understanding how coping mechanisms are influenced by social structures, power dynamic, and cultural meanings. By addressing these factors, society can foster an environment that supports healthy coping and reduces reliance on unhealthy strategies. My works cited. Thank you for watching.